yours. That's the way I like it and I'll never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Let the show begin. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go.
Hello fellow freedom seekers and welcome to our caravan, welcome to our weekly live stream. It's Sunday 18th of May, I can't believe it. May is my absolutely favorite month. I absolutely love May, and we are past the half. We are in the second half of May. The only consolation is that June is even better than May because days are longer and warmer in May. So welcome on Sunday. Welcome to the Sunday live stream from our caravan. So today we are going to share some funny stories and funny events we've witnessed or we were taking part in over the years. So this is, Marek, is it our 6th or 7th season on a campsite? 6th, I think. Yeah. So yeah, we have quite a few stories to share, and just when you think, oh, I've seen everything, nothing will surprise me, there is always something new. And even in the last week we've had quite a few events. Yeah, we thought we've seen everything. No, we haven't. Working with the public is never dull, as many campsite wardens say. So we will share some stories, ask your questions if you have any questions about our work as campsite wardens in the UK or about our lifestyle as permanent caravan dwellers. Shoot in the chat. This is the whole purpose of chat, that we can interact, so feel free to ask questions or share messages with us. Tell us if it's your first time you are here with us on this live stream. So I say us, well, there are two of us creating Freedom Seekers, me, Kat, and my husband Marek, who's on the other side of the camera right now. He's sitting right opposite, but you hardly ever see him. However, he features in a few videos in the channel. So if you keep your eyes peeled, you may see Marek in a video. Hi Ben, still in Greece, lucky you. Wow. It's very humbling to hear that somewhere in Greece, while you're on a holiday, I'm there with you. You are watching and following Freedom Seekers even though you are on a holiday. We are alright, we are actually very, very well. We are absolutely tired, absolutely exhausted because weekends are always busy for us. We did a lot of good work today, but we are happy. That's the most important, isn't it? Marek, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Nothing's off limits. Well, almost nothing. Exactly. Hi, Jamie. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. How lovely. Wujek Carmel, this weekend is a massacre. Oh, really? It's raining all the time. I can't even remember when we had the last proper rain here in the UK, in Devon. It's so dry. Very, very dry. I think very soon we'll have to start watering grass, watering pitches, because last time we were mowing some pitches, grass was so dry. We are quite happy about this dry weather because grass is not growing so fast and we don't have to constantly mow. We can actually do other things. But if we have a few more weeks of rain, it will be a disaster for grass. Oh really? So where did you go? Where did you go for 3 hours? So you stayed in because of heavy rain? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Ben, I recommend your channel the other day. You may have seen my tag. Oh, Kefalonia. Yes, thank you so much. Maybe one day in winter. Why not? What's the weather like there in winter? Because this is the only time we can travel, man. So what's Greece like in winter? Yeah, so some stories and some questions, silly questions from the customers we got over the years. We have quite a few. We also have quite a few stories, so I don't know, do you want me to start with the old ones or with something that happened this week? Because we have quite a few juicy ones from this week, hot off the press. And we also have some memories from previous years. Right, so there are three people with me today. A quick walk and shopping sounds good. And Jamie P. So how did you find our channel and what brings you to Freedom Seekers? Are you interested in work on the side, just like, you know, the type of work we do, or is it about caravanning, camping, or generally living a slightly different lifestyle to most of the people? I really wonder what brought you to Freedom Seekers. Are you a freedom seeker at heart yourself? Probably you are. If our content resonates with you, yeah, there must be some freedom seeking desire in you. Yeah, right. I don't know, guys, do you want to hear a story of what happened here recently, or do you want to hear some older memories we have and treasure from our previous years of working on site, on a touring site in the UK? And where is Sue and Graham? Come on, guys, you are late, you are running late. Better than UK, but very similar, really. I remember when we were doing research and we were thinking, oh, where should we go in winter? Because this is the biggest perk of working as site wardens. We have winters off. And we had a chance to work a normal job recently. We only lasted 6 months in it. So we did our usual season in this all year round job. And when autumn started, we really started to yearn for our winter holiday. And we just thought, it's not worth it. Nothing is worth the money and working through winter if you have an option of not working through winter and traveling and enjoying yourself and visiting lovely places. So I remember when we did research, we were quite surprised that actually in most of Italy and Greece and even Turkey, I think, you know, countries which we associate with hot weather in the summer, winters are not so great. That's why we like the Canaries, because winter is lovely there and it's quite easy to travel there and it's quite cheap to get there. But yeah, we may look into Greece as well. I'm looking to be a freedom seeker. Also, your personality, your info's been very useful. Thank you so much. Marek, only legends smash the like button before we tell the next crazy warden story. Okay, so probably, I think for me, one of the most blood-chilling situations I found myself in one sunny day of high season of school holiday. School holiday is usually the time when most of those bizarre things happen, because children, they have the craziest ideas. And when parents come camping or caravanning, they find themselves on a nice site which feels safe. There's a lot of staff around them. It's usually fenced, there are security gates. Parents like to put their feet up in general, and children just go and roam free for most of the day. And that's when you know, you can expect the unexpected. So I remember one summer day we walked into a laundrette to find, to our horror, a child in a tumble dryer. because on sites there are usually big tumble dryers and big washing machines. So a group of children had this genius idea that they will play hide and seek, and this was a hiding place for a little girl. And as we walked in, her friend was trying to close the door behind her, and only because the legs were still sticking out, she didn't actually lock her friend in a tumble dryer. And I can't remember, there was definitely one child in a tumble dryer, probably the other one was trying to get into a washing machine. And with a giggle and an innocent smile, when we questioned them, what are you doing? This is dangerous, get out. They just said, oh, you're just playing hide and seek. So I remember after this, we obviously shared the story with the site owners, and they installed cameras in the laundrette to make sure something like that never happens again. So there was a CCTV installed after that. Yeah, children are really creative when it comes to playing, and it's lovely, you know, to see that, especially on a site where there isn't much structured entertainment. It's really lovely to see children interacting with each other and playing in the woods, playing in the stream. Oh my goodness, Jamie, thank you so much for your kind and generous donation. Yeah, no, that's a big no-no. I think probably privately I would be tempted to turn it on, but I was at work. I was on duty, and I think, you know, when you're on duty, you actually have, I don't know how it works formally, but we do keep an eye on children, even if they're, or when their parents don't, because if something happens, it will be really bad, of course, for the child, but also for the site. If there is a nasty accident on the premises, you know, these things get published very widely and very quickly, and usually the name of the site appears first in the headline. So we always, even though we are not super family friendly, no, I wouldn't do that. Jamie, thank you so much. And you still didn't tell me, Jamie, what brings you here to Freedom Seekers. Have you got any caravanning and camping experience, or are you looking to start your adventures with a caravan? Let us know. Let us know. Tell us a little bit about you, Jamie P. And thank you for the tip. Thank you very much. Marek, how are we going to invest all this cash? What are we going to do? We'll probably go for a nice drink. Are we going to treat ourselves and just, you know, use it for fun, or save it aside and make some investment in the channel? Actually, we've been thinking and talking about getting a new camera, because we use Osmo Action 1. We used to have Osmo Pocket, which was slightly newer, a newer camera, but I found Osmo Action better because of the wider angle, and it just works better for us, Osmo Action. So we have Osmo Action 1 camera, which is probably 5-6 years old, and we were thinking about upgrading our camera. So maybe we'll actually save. Maybe your donation, Jamie, will be the first little bit of money we will put aside and save for this camera. Marek, what do you think? Because it's not great to have just one camera when you try to share stuff with people on YouTube. You need two, at least one as a backup. Yeah, so maybe that will be a project for the next few months. Yeah, so children in a tumble dryer. Have you ever seen anything scary, or have you witnessed children doing something really stupid while you were on a holiday? While you were on a campsite, or on a caravan site, or maybe in a holiday park? Marek, thank you to Jamie for the donation. You are an absolute legend. That will definitely help us cover the cost of the new router. Oh my goodness, we already spent some money. So I'm thinking, oh, let's save it for a camera. Yeah, We definitely, do you remember a few weeks ago we had the problem I was telling you about the internet not working properly, and we had the problem with Wi-Fi because of the trees, because of the leaves on trees. Suddenly, as much as we love the trees around us, we are in a beautiful valley surrounded by really old beautiful trees. When they grew leaves, it became a problem for us. We never thought of it that it will have an impact on our internet. It did. So yeah, we invested in, as Marek says, a new router, and we actually purchased Wi-Fi access. It's quite interesting. There is a company which offers Wi-Fi to the campsite guests, and it's something independent from Hidden Valley. And I didn't even know that there is a company which provides like campsite guests internet. Marek might tell you more if you want to know about that. But this is quite an interesting concept, that someone set up a company which focuses on actually delivering the internet, providing the internet access to people who stay on campsites. Do you do memberships yet? No, not yet. But we may start. We used to have Patronite years ago, and we used to create a lot of extra stuff, not extra stuff, but maybe premium content for our patrons. This is definitely an idea to entertain Jamie. Yeah. Would you be interested in becoming a member? We would probably have to get a feel, ask our viewers if they would be interested. We may start. We may think of it. It's a good idea. Good suggestion, Jamie. And where are you watching us from, Jamie? Are you in the UK or are you somewhere else? So, guys, have you got any stories about children going berserk on sites? Yeah, I think children, that's the group definitely enjoying staying on sites the most. So apart from children, I think the other really good topic is lost and found property, and not only property. Unfortunately, over the years we had we actually helped in a search, again a child topic. We were helping to search a missing child, and the story was that the parents were pitching up a tent, and according to the mother, parents were busy with the tent, they turned around, boom, the child is gone. A little girl on her bicycle vanished. So we actually had at that time, and on the site where we used to work, we had a special plan. We had a special contingency plan of what to do when a child goes missing. So what we did, and I think this is a really smart idea, each member of staff was assigned an area of the campsite to search. So when we heard, oh, a child is missing, we all knew where we should go. So each person went in a different direction, trying to find the child. And we found the girl very quickly. She was only a little girl, maybe 4, maybe 5, on her tiny bike. Oh, Yorkshire, England, up country, up north. And yeah, I will answer your technical question in a minute, Ben. Thank you for the question. And it was really surprising and astonishing and even shocking to find this little girl outside the pub on the other side of a really busy road, which meant that to get there, this tiny little girl had to climb a huge hill with her bicycle, open a very heavy gate, cross a really busy road, and head towards a pub which was on the other side of the road. And it's honestly hard to believe she got there herself, but when she was found, she was alone. So I don't know what's worse, but this was a really scary moment for the mother. But Marek found her. Marek, do you remember? It was actually you who found her, who went across the road looking down the pub. Or maybe you just wanted, you know, to grab a pint while everyone was searching. Ben, technical question. What about CCTV cameras on the outside of the caravan that you haven't got to remove when traveling and can watch on your phone when you are not about? Yeah, we actually have CCTV. Probably Marek will love to tell you more about it. And this brings us to another story. We have cameras inside. I think we have... No, we don't have it. Do we have something inside now? We have CCTV for many reasons. It was really useful when we had a doggy, and we actually bought the whole CCTV kit to be able to watch our dog when we were working, to make sure that he's okay, especially during summer days. We could, you know, use our phone, use the app on the phone to check how the dog is doing inside of the caravan. So that was really useful. And we have CCTV outside. And a few days ago, after work, we live close to the sea. We are 10 minutes away from a beautiful beach called Woolacombe. And we love to go there. We probably go there at least twice a week to either spend the day on the beach and just relax in the sun, or sometimes after work, when we feel like, we just get in the car and go to the beach to watch the sunset, because the sunsets are absolutely magical in Woolacombe. So the other day we were on the beach and we got a notification from our CCTV system. The camera is obviously when it detected movement, it did send us a message. To put it in very plain terms, not very technical. So we had a notification that there is some movement around our caravan, and we checked the footage from CCTV only to see a woman acting a bit strangely around our van. She was walking around, she was kind of looking underneath and calling, and she looked very worried, and we thought, what's going on? And the mystery was that she lost her cat. One of our customers lost her cat. The cat escaped. The cat came on a holiday with the owners and escaped from the caravan and was hiding under our caravan. So without, you know, we were only told about it later when we came back to the site. But watching this footage, and you know, I'm thinking, what on earth is this lady doing? It was really funny. It was quite funny to watch the footage. So unfortunately, the cat was not found, and they left without a cat. But they asked us to keep an eye on the kitty. So hopefully, if the cat is still around, if it finds its way back to the campsite, we'll just probably foster it with Marek for a few days before we call the owners. Do you like cats? Are you a cat person or a dog person? Before we had our dog, Marek was a cat person. I always been a dog person, Diesel. And then when we had our dog together, when he joined us, we definitely became dog people. But now we love every single pet. We actually love the side cat. There is a cat called Kit Kat who lives here on the park, and actually has her bed, has her basket on the reception counter. So she's our PR specialist. Everyone loves Kit Kat, and most of the guests, when they walk in, they can't resist. She's so sweet and so sociable, and she loves cuddles, and I don't think there is a guest who wouldn't hear about Kit Kat. Yeah, so Marek just told you about CCTV. Sue and Graham, finally! Come on, guys, what stopped you? You are late. I'm very pleased to hear from you. I'm sharing some strange, funny, and sometimes scary stories from our glorious campsite adventure. Yo, Ben is CCTV mad. Wow. That's quite a system for $3,000. Ben is a doggy person. What have you got? Hello, Bill Clinton. Long time no see, Mr. President. You like both? Yeah, I like both now. Probably when you have a dog and, you know, our Diesel wasn't very much interested in cats. He was more after rabbits and squirrels, small furries. And once I remember when we were working on the estate, there was an estate cat, and we were walking with Diesel. The cat was in the shrubs, and dog, you know, Diesel sniffed the cat out, and they met nose to nose. And I think the cat was so shocked, and neither of them reacted really. They sniffed each other nose to nose, walked away. No bother. Yeah. Ooh, it's getting busy here in our caravan. There are 6 of you already. How lovely. I hope you have some lovely drink. And guess what I'm drinking? I'm drinking lovely fruit tea, which one of the owners bought me. One of the owners of the site bought me. Thank you so much. Blueberries. I think it's a blueberry tea. When she asked me what kind of drink I like, because, you know, there are some drinks in the staff room, she asked me, she asked me, do you like tea or coffee? What kind of tea? Blah blah. I thought, ooh, I love tea, and yeah. So from time to time, she gives me a new taste of fruit tea, which is lovely. That's really kind, isn't it? So thank you so much. It's a really nice touch to be treated. Enjoying the stream. Oh, maybe it was a kiss. I don't know who kissed whom, the dog or the cat. I don't know. Luckily, no one got hurt. Yeah, so we had a missing cat and we had missing children. Over the years, we probably found quite a few wallets and quite a lot of money, some jewelry, left, you know, behind by the customers, and we also had some cosmetics. And sometimes, so the general rule is, at least this is my rule, that if it's something cheap, I leave it. But very often customers, campers, they leave their cosmetics or their skincare products in the shower blocks. You know, people come with, especially ladies, they come with a bag of cosmetics and they leave something behind. So my rule of thumb is that if it's something cheap, I just leave it where it is. But if it's something expensive, I usually take it to the reception. If it's a medical thing, I also take it to the reception. If it's like a specialist stuff or something for children. So many people have allergies these days and different skin conditions. So if it's something medical or something really expensive, I don't leave it in the shower block because I know it will be nicked. Someone will take it. People will not take Tesco or Asda stuff or Lidl stuff, but if it's a really expensive brand, it will disappear. And we had a situation when we actually posted something to a lady. She left this really expensive facial oil, and when I googled it, it was worth £50. So we got in touch with her, and she asked us to post it, and I posted it to her. So this is good customer service, isn't it? Graham, we've had a Ring camera for the front door. Really big mistake. If Vasi and Steve are watching, they love Ring camera. Poor quality, and you have to subscribe for all the functions to work. I think Vasi and Steve, they love their Ring camera. They live in a terraced house, and last time I wanted to leave something on their doorstep, and I wasn't sure which one was their door, and I thought, they've got the Ring camera, and only one door had it, so that's how I recognized their door, and they love it. They love it. Bill Clinton, is your camera lens clean? The picture looks a little foggy. Oh, does it? I don't know. This is a question for Marek. It may be the light, it may be dirt on the camera. we will definitely check before the next live stream, Bill. Is it like that for everyone? Is the image a little foggy for everyone, or is it just in Washington? Right. There was a scary story as well. Marek, do you remember JP? This was it our first year of working on site? That was a scary situation. Actually quite terrifying, and probably a life and death situation, so not just children doing silly things. It happened in May. Actually, it happened at this time of the year. I remember that we finished work and we were chilling in the sun. We had a little picnic after work, and suddenly we heard a really loud bang, and we were convinced that it was a car crash. And we were on a blanket, sipping some wine, knowing us, chilling after work, enjoying the sun, really relaxed, really happy, enjoying the moment. And suddenly we hear this horrible crash. So we didn't really pay much attention because we thought, well, what can we do? Probably it seemed like maybe two cars hitting each other, but it was a dangerous road, a lot of bends, people were speeding on a regular basis, so we thought, oh, probably some young drivers probably, driving like silly again, so now they will get their lesson. But shortly after the noise, we heard a cry for help. We actually heard a person crying, help, help. So we rushed there because it was just outside the site. It seemed near, so we rushed to the scene to find a cyclist, an injured cyclist who got knocked. He got hit by a car. So a guy was cycling, got hit by a car, and we found him in the ditch. And there was only a tiny bit of wire. There was a fence, but it was only made of thin wire. So if it wasn't for this fence, he would roll down a really big drop. So luckily he stopped on this wire. But he was a really sorry sight, and to save you graphic details, he was injured quite seriously. So before we started to panic, we actually had enough consciousness, to call the ambulance. We had our phone on us, so we called an ambulance, and luckily someone else stopped, and it happened to be a paramedic who was on a holiday. So she helped him, she got him she assessed him and checked the situation is not life-threatening. He was in a lot of pain. It was actually really scary, and we kind of we stood there thinking, oh, how can we help, what else can we do? So she asked us, oh, it would be good, to have some first aid kit because he had injuries and he was bleeding. And I called the nearest restaurant, and I told them, because I thought, oh, by the time I ran to the campsite and back, we also, of course, had first aid kit on the campsite, but it was quite far. So I thought, well, there's a restaurant right next to us. So I just called them, told them what happened, asked them if they could send a first aider with a first aid kit. And you know what the response was? Sorry, our first aider is for our staff and our customers' assistance only, and they didn't help. So I ran to the reception, grabbed the first aid kit, ran back, and it proved to be very useful and very helpful. So this guy, this injured cyclist, only afterwards we learned it was a famous influencer who was in the middle of a cycling challenge, raising money for some charitable cause. I can't remember what was the cause. but it was the last leg of his cycling challenge from Og Road to Land's End, all across the UK, and he literally had only a few days left, and he was hit by was it a drunk driver, I think. So this was probably the most blood-chilling experience we've ever had while working as campsite wardens, and we got involved in a really scary and dangerous situation. But a year later, so this guy made a full recovery and of course filmed and published his recovery. I think he even wrote a book about it. And a year later he came back to finish his cycling challenge, and he met us and he thanked us for running. You know, maybe we didn't do much, but we were trying to do what we could, and it was actually really nice to meet him after a year and see him in a good shape, see him fit. And it was really heartwarming that he came back to the exact same spot a year later, continued his challenge, raised even more money for charity. I think he spent probably he spent a few months in hospital, but he made a full recovery, and in less than a year he was able to carry on with his cycling challenge. So this all really seemed a bit unreal, but it happened to us, you know, it happened to us. So Mark is sharing the link to the article about this man. He's called Jean-Pierre de Villiers, something like that. He's got a French surname, but it was quite an eye-opener, really, experience for us. We were pretty shaken afterwards, but he was so lucky that, well, of course it was unlucky that he had an accident, but he had a lot of assistance straight away. And I remember that even a helicopter, the rescue helicopter or air ambulance helicopter, it landed on the campsite, and luckily that day the field was empty, the tent field, which usually was booked in May. At that time it was empty, so the helicopter could land literally meters from him, and luckily he made a full recovery. But it was a touch and go really situation. Very inspiring, because, you know, he didn't give up, and he used all this dramatic experience to his advantage, you know. He used it as an opportunity to grow even more as a person and a life coach, because he's a life coach. So yeah, and we had a little part in this. So this is probably one of the most unusual stories and one of the most unusual memories from our life as site wardens. But that's what happens. This is an unusual job, and unusual things happen. It's not a normal 9 to 5, and anything can happen, really. It's super interesting. Probably we would, if it wasn't for this accident, our paths would probably never cross with this man. It was actually really nice to meet him and talk to him after a year. Seeing him in a good shape. Right, yeah, so there you are. Expect the unexpected. You never know. You never know. But if you think of, you know, how many people visit campsites every year, and this site where we are working this season, there are, I think, about 200 pitches. On every single pitch, I don't know how many people there may stay on every single pitch, up to 6. It was up to 6 at Mill Park, probably at least 4. So if all pitches are booked in the high season, this is 800 people. This is almost 1,000 people, and each of them brings their story, their pets, their children, their needs, their traumas, their little pet peeves, their expectations. Oh my goodness! Now I'm scaring myself. Wow, 21, 20, almost 22 degrees. Well, it is almost 17 in North Devon, which is pretty good. The weather is crazy in North Devon right now because during the day, the mornings are really cold. +10 when we wake up, 8, 9, which is pretty cold. By midday, it's mid-20s. And now, towards the evening, it will probably be 12, 14, 12 again. So, chilly evenings, chilly mornings. I'm trying to grow some herbs. They're not growing because the nights are too cold. Yes, so if you think of it, this is probably this exposure to so many different people and their life stories quite often. Probably this is the thing which makes working as a campsite warden so interesting and so unpredictable. Oh, here's the word, unpredictable. Because people come and they have different adventures, let's say, and sometimes they come across strange problems or they create really strange problems for themselves. Lurkers, we see you. Say hi and join in. We are friendly, promise. Yeah, don't be shy. Take part in the chat. Graham, Devon roads are very narrow in places. Yeah, hi Shannon. My kids once managed to escape from me in the park. Oh, I was asleep and they got a chair and unlocked a deadlock with the keys. They decided to go swimming. Oh my goodness. They were 2 and 3 years old. Some random tourist must have let them through the pool gate. The park warden knew my kids and saw I wasn't there and told them, that's lucky, that's a good warden, and told them to get out of the pool and go back to mommy. Hats off to the warden. Very, very switched on. Shannon, terrifying, but I bet that's how the small girl got out with her bike. Yeah, we thought that, Shannon, as well, that there is no way this girl could get there on her own because there were so many obstacles. Oh, scary. But this is another aspect of working as a warden, and I think this is a sign of being a really good warden. You kind of, even though there are so many people on site, you really need to register, especially when it comes to vulnerable people, people with disabilities or young children. You really should know, like the warden, did. But obviously, children without a parent, children without a carer, this should ring a bell, whoever saw them. But I'm glad it finished, it ended well, Shannon, and that that the warden was on it and helped your children. Jamie, is campsite warden job challenging? Of course it is. I think that's why we love it. It's challenging, and it's challenging on so many different levels. It's physically challenging. So we've been doing the job on this side for about 6 weeks now, and only recently after work we are actually feeling able to do something else than shower and collapse on the bed, watch a bit of Netflix and snooze. So for the first month we were absolutely exhausted. Bear in mind we were also out of work throughout winter. We had a few months off, and then when you throw yourself in being on your feet for all day and doing very demanding, physically demanding work, it's like a full body workout for 6-7 hours a day in all weathers. So yeah, it is challenging in terms of physical stamina, fitness. It's emotionally challenging. Quite often it is emotionally challenging, especially if you work at the reception and you deal with customers. Things may get very busy at points. customers are different. Most of them are lovely, but you may have one or two which will really test your patience and your professionalism. So hats off to all of the reception staff. It's challenging because you really have to think on your feet. So we love it. We like to plan our day. We are used to just interacting with what's happening around us and responding to what's happening around us. So every day we walk around the whole site and we spot things which need addressing straight away. So we have some, let's say, short-term plans for our day. If we see this room definitely needs addressing today, we may have something we know should be done within a week, within a month, or maybe within 6 months, whatever. But it's a really varied role. No need for the gym. No, Ben, no need. No need for gym memberships. And usually throughout the season we drop at least 2 sizes, comparing from spring to the end of the summer. And probably come September we are at our peak performance. we are the fittest, strongest, leanest we could feature on Women's Health and Men's Health magazine, almost. Yeah, no need for the gym, but it's all good effort, because you work outside, and yeah, sometimes you get soaked, sometimes you get a bit cold, sometimes you get a bit hot, but it's really good for your immunity, for your health. It's good for your head, because normally you do work with your hands rather than with your head, and it's stress-free for most of the days. So if you're able to plan your jobs and prioritize, you will be fine. It will be stress-free. Maybe the other aspect is also dealing with the public, but you learn that. So sometimes maybe dealing with the public is stressful, especially if there is a conflict or you have to say no to people. So as long as you are nice and you give them what they want and you give them what they expect, there are no problems. But the moment there is a clash and you have to say, actually you can't do this, or could you please stop doing that, that's when things may get a bit out of hand. However, this is the time when you rely on your team and you ask for help, basically. So there are smaller sites where there is only one warden couple, and sometimes it seems really appealing to us. We think, maybe we should find a campsite where we would be the only staff, a smaller site which we could manage on our own. But then when things go wrong, there is no one to call. There are just the 2 of you. And we also heard from other wardens that it's quite difficult to get time off in this situation, because obviously I either cover each other, or getting time off may be difficult. So it is challenging. It is like nothing else we did before, in our lives, and we did many different jobs. It's definitely character building. It's exciting, but it's not easy. It's not easy. Jamie, how much on average are the seasonal pitches? Well, it depends. Depends on the location, mostly. Here in the south, because we are in Devon, probably Devon and Cornwall, these must be the highest, one of the highest rates in the country. On average, in our region where we are, I would say at least £3,000 a year. And I think we have a video, I think we have a vlog about the cost of seasonal pitches. I'm pretty sure we made a whole video about that. Are you interested in getting a seasonal pitch? Jamie? But yeah, of course, this is the biggest perk of working as a site warden, that usually you get a pitch. The job comes with a pitch. So you have a seasonal pitch for the duration of your contract. And if you find a job advert where they want you to pay for the pitch, I would say carry on looking, carry on searching, because most of the sites give you a free pitch. The the electric hookup, that depends. It used to be free, and you know, 5-10 years ago the price of electricity was completely different. So these days sites manage differently. There are still sites which will give you a free hookup, sites which give you an allowance, and metered electrics without allowance whatsoever. So it depends on the site. For a family member, so the site where we used to work here in North Devon, we are still in touch with them. I know that the Mill Park, they charge £3,600 for a seasonal pitch, and if I'm correct, it's for 12 months. So you can use this is another thing, your friends or a family member, they will have to check how long is the season, because some sites allow you to use the Caravan 12 months in a year, some of them have shorter season. So I believe that Mill Park is open all year round, and it is a 12-month season, but it doesn't mean you can live in your caravan. You still have to you can only stay for it's actually quite a long time, isn't it? You can stay up to 28 days in your van, then you have to venture out, come back again. So it's not for permanent living. Seasonal pitches are popular. We have quite a few seasonal pitches in Hidden Valley. I don't know what's the price here, but you can ask. It's definitely worth, when it comes to a seasonal pitch, it's definitely worth shopping around and visiting the sites, because there are different offers, different deals out there. Yes, guys, oh my goodness, I've been talking to you for almost an hour. So I think we'll be wrapping up, because tomorrow is a work day. It's Monday tomorrow. So we have only 2 working days left, Monday and Tuesday. And Monday and Tuesday are traditionally our streaming and mowing days. So that's what we will be doing tomorrow. And Tuesday, the weather is dry, so the grass is not growing so quickly, which makes mowing and streaming easier. Yeah, this is a job for everyone interested in working as a site warden. This is the job which will probably take 70% of your time in the summer, streaming and cutting grass. Great life, catch up on your vids soon. Thanks for sharing. Thank you very much for coming. Well, thank you everyone for coming to our humble abode. I'm not sure if I shared all the stories I wanted with you, all the weird... Oh, we didn't share the questions. That's for the next live stream. Yeah, I'm looking, I actually made myself a list of those weird things which happened to us while working as site wardens. I only shared a few of them, so we will keep some for the future. And I can see that most of them involve children or pets. Right, guys, I hope you will enjoy the rest of your evening, and that I will see you in the next video on Wednesday. I think it is ready as a reward for our regular viewers and participants of the Sunday live stream. What's the next video about? What's the topic? I will check. You know what? I didn't even have time to watch our last video. Probably because I was filming new ones. So lucky you. I can see I actually have 2 of my own videos to watch. Right, so the next video, and it's there, it's already uploaded, it's waiting for you, and it will go live on Wednesday. It's Caravan Essentials, and it's mainly prepared for those who buy their first caravan, and it's about all those little things you need when you go caravanning, and maybe you don't think or you don't know you need them as a newbie. Yeah, and for those of you who are experienced, maybe you could watch this video and add more gadgets you really need when you go touring. Right, if you are watching on replay, drop a comment below. We read them all. Yes, exactly. I forgot to say that if you couldn't be with us today and you watch this live stream as a video on any other day, please remember to write to us and say when you are watching and where. Ben, have you thought about doing a meet and greet? I would happily drive to the pack of cards Martin to meet you both. Yeah, likewise. Likewise. Let us know when you fly back from Greece. Over the years we've met with quite a few of our kind viewers and followers. We even had a meetup one year. yeah, was it 2 years ago? We had a meetup with our viewers, which was absolutely lovely. Sue and Graham were there, and we went for a meal in a pub. And in general, over the years many people visit us on site, so we are still in North Devon. We met so many lovely people when we were in Mill Park over the years. Now we have a new address, but I'm sure if you want to, you will find us in North Devon. Yeah, we are live every Sunday at 7 p.m. and we've got loads more content coming this week too. Yeah, we are very busy. Summers are always super busy for us because work on a site is busy, but this is also the time to make the most of great weather and great surroundings. So we are very busy filming and editing. So I hope you will enjoy the new video on Wednesday. Make sure you read and you comment, because we read every single comment and we respond to every single comment. Thank you so much for a lovely evening, especially those of you who came and spoke up for the first time. Well done, you. And I hope I will see you and meet you again on Sunday next week, 7 p.m. Thank you so much, guys. It's been lovely chatting and spending an evening with you, and see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.